Hello, beautifuls. Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Oh, I'm excited to be with you today. So excited. If you're watching live, yes, please let me know. And if you're watching that recycle version later, let me know. I love you big. I thank you for being on here. I thank you for your interest. I'm moving and it looks like I have a big old mess going on over there where I am packing and repacking and going through and throwing away and all that good stuff. But I wanted to talk today a little bit about this big old question. Hi, Kyla. How are you? How's your Thursday? Hello, Julie. Thanks everybody for jumping on. I love to see you on here. Hello. What are you pretending not to know? This really calls upon our unique personalities, our uniqueness. Every single one of us out of a bazillion people are all very different, and I love that. It also calls upon a conversation about our biz brilliance and what are we pretending that we do not know. We've all been there, right? Me too. We resist change, right? We don't speak up when we wish we had. There's things that we ought to be doing, but it takes us out of our comfort zone. It's so much easier. The first thing that came to mind when I started thinking about this was going live. You know, going live was a huge big old deal to me. I know, probably wasn't to you, but it's big. And I had this core fear of public speaking. I had been called upon to speak many times, and I had spoken many times, but I never ever liked it. I did not like it. But when I got in and got connected with the Speakeasy and now the Speaksy app, with Virginia Shower, the Social Soul Tribe, all those things, and I started doing the homework and the lessons and really implementing, I ran upon homework that really caused me to clear that old story. We all have those old stories that hold us back, and we pretend that we don't know what to do. Now, I had tried Toastmasters, and I had tried the National Speakers Association. I had studied. Hey guys, hi Melissa, hi Tiara, I'm so glad you're here. I had tried my butt off, but when we dig deep, and that's what I want to encourage us to do today, all of us, when we dig deep within homework, when we find a coach that we adore, when we find people, coaches, align with colleagues that we trust, that we know, like, and trust, and we apply what they're teaching, like the conversation of what they're teaching. Like, for example, you might hit the PM and let me send you a calendar link, and we jump on the phone and have a conversation. When you trust people, you're willing to do that, and I love that. Anyway, back to pretending we didn't know. When I did this homework and it was those 3 little boys laughing at me at 8 years old, how could that possibly clear everything to the point of 61 years old where I can lay down being afraid of what people think when I speak? And that started, of course, with going live. That was terribly uncomfortable for a long time. Still can be at times. Excuse me. But I'm inviting you to get real. I'm inviting you to do some homework. I'm inviting you to have conversations that can shift our thinking and our thought processes and allow us to lay down old stories that hold us back, and we can stop pretending that we do not know what we actually know. What we actually know comes from inside us, right? Our soul comes from our soul. It comes from connection to source. It comes from conversations with source. It comes from quieting the mind and allowing the whispers to flow into us. And each one of us, that's so individual, right? I can't gift you the whispers. I wish I could. I can't gift you the actual doing of the homework, right? I wish I could. I can give you things to do. Our social soul tribe has all the time things to do, right? I can't. It's just like reading a book, and it's a great book, and golly, there's some great tools in there. Actually, I love that one, but if I don't implement it, nothing changes. If we don't change, nothing changes. I've had to implement a lot of change, and I'm going to talk about a touchy subject. You know, when I hire a coach and I decide to trust that coach, and by example, she talks about what she's learning, she talks about what she's doing, she talks about her mindset, her challenges, and how she walked through that. It builds a lot of trust, and that's what I do too. I talk to you about all the things that I've been through all the time, right? It creates a trust, like she's been there, done that. She walked through it. She found the answers within her homework, right? But I've had, on my lives, I've had my actual coach say she quit listening to one of my lives because it caused her to spiral down. Yeah, that stung. That stung. But because I'm so willing to learn and grow and change and implement, and I trust her, I really sat in that. And as she explained it, which she did, exactly what the difference was as she saw it, because she's been there, done that, and transitioned from it, I was like, oh, that makes sense, right? So can I say to you, I quit listening to your live because it caused me to spiral down? Or because it went on and on and on? Or because, for whatever reason? Can we align with people that we trust? Can we trust the process to stop pretending that we don't know? I knew inside that I wasn't hitting the mark. So I opened up for that teaching. And when it came to me, I'm not going to tell you it didn't sting. That shit's hard. It's hard to be teachable. It's hard to be coachable. But I raised my hand and I'm willing, and I sit in it, and I didn't take it personally. I actually processed it and found the truth in what was being taught there, the truth in what I was doing, the truth in what was being taught, and the truth in how to go forward. I stopped pretending I didn't know. It's huge. It's really huge. You know, the old me would have taken that personal. The old me would have put on the house robe and went to bed for 3 days in some kind of a pissy fit depression. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, definitely. Little things like that would take me out of the game, out of the game, out of the game. But once you learn to embrace that beautiful, trustworthy feedback, once you've been in homework and you've done it and you've seen the results, there is no holding you back. Like, you love it. You love to love it, and you crave it. I crave it. I crave listening to how I might improve every single day, right? I ask her, I hired her, I asked her to coach me, and she stepped forward. Now, I will say this, unless someone asks you for your advice, you might not want to go there. Oh, hello. Hi, Marty. Thanks for being on. Julie, I love you, big. Thank you for always greeting everyone and being a host. I have a little trouble seeing Nana Bear's eyes. Don't work so well sometimes. Okay, so that's it. Just ask yourself, what am I pretending not to know? Because when you do, and when you go internal, when you go to inner self, when you ask source, higher power, universe, to show you, to whisper to you how you might be led, how you might be guided in this subject. When you decide, and it is a choice, when you decide not to take things personally, right? When you decide, I hired her for that exact reason. If she told me fluff all the time, I'd be bored. I can't do fluff all the time. Whew, I can't do hard stuff like that all the time either. That's why there's so much balance in all that we do in coaching. I want to let you know too, before I get off, there is a coaching school starting June 10. And if you're interested in that, please get with me and I'll send you the PDF that lets you know about it. I know next January it's going to launch again, and it's going to be $3,000+ right now on its first leg out. It is going to be first official. She's done a lot of certifications, a lot of coaching. It is going to be, I think, $2,000. It is 6 months long, and it is dual oriented. So you're first certified as a life coach, and then you can pick over and above that. You can pick business. You can pick soul coach. You can pick health and wellness as your secondary, your dual certification. Isn't that exciting? I know that what inspired this video was the disappointment in someone that I know, compassionate disappointment, in that he is sitting on so much amazing value that was gifted by his massively intelligent genius father. It's a technique. And instead of embracing that, he's resisted it his whole life. And now, contacted me to talk to me about oils. When he's sitting on an actual technique that is life-changing and perfectly capable of teaching it and sharing it with the people who need it and want it. He talks to me about oils. What are you pretending not to know? I know that he knows that, but he's choosing a different path. I want to choose the path that best serves my soul, the path that makes me giggle, the path that makes me excited. And coaching these students as I am day in and day out, conversations on the phone, just an hour per week for 6 weeks, the life-changing results, I'm no longer pretending I do not know what my calling is. So be honest with yourself. Go inside and seek to step forward, whether it's finding your voice. There's all kinds of different ways to do that, where you go inside and you step forward and make commitments to yourself to do this for now, right? I encourage you to do that. I love you big. I am Theresa King-Thompson, founder of TalkoftheTownLOVE, where I try to sprinkle love in everything I do, both personally and professionally. I stand on a platform of what I call 6 V's. Get in conversation, which is the whole thing I've been saying all morning, right? I'm here for you. Get in conversation with whoever you trust and say, can you help me with this? It's so easy. And once you do it and you have breakthroughs, even little bitty breakthroughs, you'll never ever lay that down again. I remember learning that. Number 2 is to, put everything out on the table and play big. Be bold. Play big. Build, if you get in conversation and you put it out on the table, and we all mix it up and stir it up and look at it and examine it and really process it, you can build it back. But way bigger and way better and way you, boo. The other thing is to celebrate that unique personality that I started out talking about, yes? And that biz brilliance. You are gifted. And you know it. What are you pretending not to know? You know your gifts. And I love that about you. Step forward and bring it. And the last one is to get booked. I love those emails. I love those PMs. I love those text messages that say, may I talk to you? Absolutely. I send that calendar link and we get on the phone and we put it out there. We have a great conversation and we have breakthroughs in the tiniest of conversations. I love you big and I'll see you next time. This is Theresa signing off. Thanks for hanging, guys. Love ya.